stated that he wanted them to appear to attack him. Defendant Smollett also stated he wanted the brothers to catch his attention by calling him an Empire F, Empire N. Defendant Smollett also included that he wanted Ola to place a rope around his neck, pour gasoline on him, and yell, "This is MAGA country."
Now that we know that Jussie Smollett lied about Trump supporters trying to lynch him, let's take a look at one of his past interviews where he lied his ass off and see if he earns a spot in hell.
I'm pissed off.
What is it that has you so angry? Is it the attackers?
It's the attackers, but it's also the attacks.
Okay, so do you see what he's trying to do here? He's trying to play the victim not only once, but twice. The first time by saying that MAGA supporters, Trump supporters, tried lynching him, which he totally made up. The second time is by him saying that his doubters are his attackers, which is hilarious because he is making this shit up. So not only is he falsely claiming to be a victim here once, but he's doing it twice.
It's like, at first it was a thing of like, listen, if I tell the truth, then that's it, because it's the truth. Mm-hmm. Then it became a thing of like, oh, how can you doubt that? Like, how do you not believe that?
How can you doubt that? How can you not believe that?
It's the truth. And then it became a thing of like, oh, it's not necessarily that you don't believe that this is the truth. You don't even want to see the truth.
I bet he spent all night rehearsing these lines.
I heard, as I was crossing the intersection, I heard Empire. And I don't answer to Empire. My name ain't Empire. And I didn't answer. I kept walking, and then I heard Empire. So I turned around and I said, "The did you just say to me?"
It's funny that the most unbelievable part about this is him being recognized. Most people don't know who the fuck you are.
And I see the attacker masked, and he said, "This MAGA country," punches me right in the face. So I punched his ass back.
So Jussie was not only the victim of one of the worst hate crimes in U.S. history, but he was also the hero as he fought back his attackers. I mean, you gotta love the fact that he made himself the hero of his own fucking made-up story.
And then we started tussling. It was very icy, and we ended up tussling by the stairs. Fighting. There was a second person involved who was kicking me in my back.
Whoa, Jussie fought off two guys? What a hero.
And then it just stopped.
Yeah, because you kicked their ass.
And they ran off. And I saw where they ran. And the phone was in my pocket, but it had fallen out. And it was sitting there. And my manager was still on the phone. So I picked up the phone and I said, "Brandon." And he's like, "What's going on?" And I said, "I was just jumped." And then I look down and I see that there's a rope around my neck, which I hadn't obviously.
You hadn't noticed it before?
No,
you didn't
because
see?
It was so fast. You know what I'm saying? It was so fast.
How long did this all
It felt like minutes, but it probably was like 30 seconds, honestly. I can't tell you honestly.
It happened so fast. It felt like minutes. Well, which one is it? Did it feel like minutes or did it happen so fast?
Why did you hesitate to want to call the police?
There's a level of pride there. We live in a society where, as a gay man, you are considered somehow to be weak. And I'm not weak. I am not weak. And we are, as a people, are not weak. So, I can accept that there was pride there.
He has to remind the audience that he's gay to get more victimhood points.
Half hour to come. And during that time, I was looking at myself, just like checking myself out. I saw the bruise on my neck, like the little, the rope burn around my neck.
Looking back at it, it's so funny because we know now that it's all self-inflicted. I mean, visualize him in the mirror attacking himself, pretending that it's Trump supporters attacking him so he could get fame and money. I mean, that actually happened.
I went down to where it happened, and I walked them through exactly what happened. And I looked up and I saw that there was a camera.
Knowing what we know now, it's probably likely that he already knew the camera was there. It's probably the reason why he actually chose that location.
You know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're going to Subway. Sub-Zero.
Subway is open 24 hours. Like, people kill me when they say things like that because it's like Subway is open 24 hours for a reason.
You know, to fake one of the worst hate crimes in the United States of America's history.
So that when you're hungry at night and you ain't got no food, you go to Subway.
But yeah, usually people don't go to Subway when it's 5 degrees outside. Now, I know these characters you made up are Nazis, but even Nazis don't leave the house with bleach and a noose. So, yeah, your story didn't make any sense for anybody.
The camera facing north, how is that my issue? It feels like if I had said it was a Muslim or a Mexican or someone black, I feel like the doubters would have supported me a lot much more.
You gotta love the fact that the version of America that he's manufacturing here is so racist.
A lot more. And that says a lot about the place that we are in our country right now.
I love how he literally gets caught doing a hoax, and instead of admitting fault, he claims to be the victim even more.
The fact that we have these fear mongrels, these people that are trying to separate us.
I mean, seriously, do you think black people are gonna look at white people favorably after this hoax you put on? No, of course not. What you are doing is dividing people. You're projecting. You're dividing people, then claiming that everyone else is dividing people.
What other ones had you heard that were inaccurate?
That I had said that they were wearing MAGA hats. I never said that. I didn't need to add anything like that.
For you sucker left-wingers to buy it.
They called me a They called me a There's no which way you cut it. I don't need some MAGA hat as the cherry on top of some racist sundae.
Yes, you did. In the story, you said that they said, "This is MAGA country."
Why do you think you were targeted?
I can just assume, I mean, I come really, really hard
That's inappropriate.
against 45. I come really, really hard against his administration.
Oh.
And there is no doubt in your mind what motivated this attack.
I could only go off of their words. I mean, who says empire, this MAGA country?
No one. Hence the reason why nobody believed you.
Ties a noose around your neck and pours bleach on you.
You gotta love this guy. I mean, as if Trump supporters don't get enough shit, he has to make them all look racist. What a motherfucker.
And this is just a friendly fight. I will never be the man that this did not happen to.
Says the guy that this did not happen to.
I am forever changed. And I don't subscribe to the idea that everything happens for a reason, but I do subscribe to the idea that we have the right and the responsibility to make something meaningful out of the things that happen to us, good and bad.
Yeah, that's him saying, yeah, I made it all up, and I'm gonna milk it for all it's worth.
What do you feel people need to hear the most from this story?
I think that what people need to hear is just the truth.
You mean lies. You want them to believe lies, and you want to further divide the country. You beautiful bastard. More chaos. That's wonderful. I like Jussie Smollett.
It's been 2 weeks since that night left actor Jussie Smollett bruised but not broken, and he's still processing the raw emotions. Have you ever been threatened before?
Yeah. I get threatened all the time on Twitter and Instagram and DMs and things like that.
Yeah, you know that's bullshit as well. I'm Jussie Smollett, the ultimate victim.
In fact, the week before the attack, police confirm a letter was sent to the Fox studio in Chicago with threatening language and laced with powdery substance, likely Tylenol.
What? He tried to fake a freaking anthrax attack too?
Do you think there's a link between the letter and the attack? And you did mention it to the police right away about the letter.
Absolutely. Just because on the letter it had a stick figure hanging from a tree with a gun pointing towards it, with the words that said, "Smollett Jussie, you will die, black." There was no address, but the return address said in big red, you know, like caps, MAGA.
Why would the return address be MAGA? What are you, a fucking child?
Did I make that up too?
Yes, we know now that you made that up too. God, this guy has made up so many fake Trump attacks.
I want that video found so badly because for probably 4 reasons. Number 1, I want them to find the people that did it. Number 2, I want them to stop being able to say alleged attack. Number 3, I want them to see that I fought back. And I want a little gay boy who might watch this to see that I fought back.
You're such a hero, Jussie Smollett.
And it does not take anything away from people that are not able to do that. But I fought back. They ran off. I didn't.
What do you say to a young gay man, a young gay person?
To learn to fight. And I don't just mean like learn to fight. I mean, learn to fight. Learn to be a fighter. I am not advocating violence at all. So let's be clear about that. If you're gonna die, fight until you do. Because if you don't fight, you have no chance. I have fought for love. I'm an advocate. I respect too much the people who I am now one of those people who have been attacked in any way. You do such a disservice when you lie about things like this.
You're right, Jussie Smollett. You're doing a disservice right now.
If the attackers are never found, how will you be able to heal?
I don't know. Let's just hope that they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not go there yet.
So let's get this straight. He's self-inflicted wounds. He's fake crying. This guy is a maniac. My maniac! He is awesome. He's such a deceiver.
Let's, I was talking to a friend and I said, I just want them to find them. And she said, sweetie, they're not gonna find them. And that just made me so angry because, so I'm just gonna be left here with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna be left here with like, so they get to go free and go about their life and possibly attack someone else, and I'm here to left with the aftermath of this bull? That's not cool to me.
He's such a good actor, but he's not that good because a better actor would have gotten away with it.
That's not okay. So I understand how difficult it will be to find them, but we gotta. I still want to believe, with everything that has happened, that there's something called justice.
1 second, I'm gonna take him to hell.
Because if I stop believing that, then what's it all for?
Shut up, filthy human! Jussie Smollett, let me sing you a song. Don't you know, I'm so sick of you, things you say, and the things you do. Don't you know, I'm so sick of you, things you say, and all the things you do. Don't you know, I am so sick of you, the things you say, and all the things you do. Don't you know, I am so sick of you, the things you say, and all the things you do. Don't you know, I am so sick of you, and the things you say, and the things you do. Said, don't you know, I'm so sick of you, and the things you say, and everything you do. Sick of you! I'm so sick of you! 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 sick of you. I'm so sick of you. Sick of you. I'm so sick of